Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, Puna.
So you are listening to 3 cam girls and a pussy goblin.
Oh, I'm the pussy goblin, in case you didn't know.
We were just talking about, like, just things that we could do in life
Yeah.
that, like, would make some extra money.
Yeah.
Cam girl
Hooking.
got brought up, but
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that in theory.
I would.
Yeah, okay, so Mark and I would do that. So, patreon.com/camgirlgoblin.
I will say this. If you are into jock straps that press into your gut and create a guttural bulge.
Guttural bulge.
Guttural
What an offensive combination of words.
I'm your man.
If you're into goblin pussy, I'm your man.
Goblin pussy. But
And
it's
if you're just into, I don't even know what, I'm your girl.
Yeah, there you go. So we're all your girls is what we're trying to tell you.
3 cam girls.
3 cam girls gone wild.
Remember, like, two girls, 1 cup.
Yeah.
And even though we
3
are-
girls, 1 podcast.
even though we are a podcast, we're doing this thing where we try to have video footage.
Yeah,
too.
we want you to see our beautiful
yeah.
faces.
And especially me, because I have a lot of amazing clothes.
Oh my goodness.
For example, I'm wearing older Saint Laurent by Anthony Vaccarello runway
and
shirt.
those are some Alexander McQueen's on your feet,
I got
right?
some Alexander McQueen boots.
Oh my
a
gosh,
little
you do.
platform.
Oh, God
So
bless
basically,
her.
I look like the Neiman Marcus sale rack.
We love
Grew up.
sale racks.
We love a good sale. We love
We do.
a good dumpster dive.
I'm
We
a dumpster dive.
We love a good garbage picking.
Yeah.
We love things for free. We love
Yeah.
things from dead people.
Absolutely. That's what we do here.
And I know, like, we were also talking earlier about how, as Mark's putting his hands up in the air and doing a little dance for the camera, I know we were talking earlier about how, like, the 3 of us are people who kind of will go past the limits just a bit. We'll test it just a bit, and it always fucking backfires in our faces.
Always and forever it does.
My question tonight then is, how far would you be willing to take pushing a boundary?
I mean,
In what regards do you mean?
Maybe killing someone?
I mean, now I would, don't quote me on this. This is not on record. All of you don't listen to me.
We never do.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's common trend.
I mean, exactly.
I think.
You're Andrew Cunanan.
Yeah, I would Andrew Cunanan it if I would be guaranteed that I could get away with it.
And Mark would be Aileen Wuornos.
Oh
As
my
long
God.
as you can give me the Versace shirts.
Oh, absolutely. I pillaged the house before it turned into
all
a
the
hotel.
medallions.
I love medallions.
So, what about you, Mark?
Well, here's the thing.
We're all.
I'm kind of against murder, right? I mean, I guess I'm kind of against murder, but
I
also
object.
some people fucking have it coming and should be murdered.
And
So-
Eileen Wuornos picked them out. Well,
Yeah, so I'm like neutral when it comes down to murder, unpopular opinion.
yeah,
We have lots of those.
we
It's
do.
okay.
But
That should be a
but
segment.
That should actually be, I was thinking about it, our 50th episode, Unpopular Opinions.
I love that. It would be-
50 unpopular opinions.
Let us know if you
Let
want to
us
hear
know if
it.
you want to hear it.
So Mark and I seem to have really shitty luck. So with our luck, if we try to do anything slightly illegal, we would get busted.
Oh, me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Me
For
too.
example,
we're all in the boat.
Case in point, ready? So, you know, for our podcast, Bizarre Buffet, I put together a series of flyers and I was posting them in these like obscure places. So I went to like an abandoned restaurant and posted it on
Right.
the door. You know, I went to a liquor store, which has a built-in income from Mark and I of $40 a week.
Really?
$40 a week we contribute to their services.
Yeah, add that up monthly. That's math. That's money.
Yeah. So lo and behold, I went to the back of their parking lot and they have like a vinyl fence and I slapped on a Bizarre Buffet flyer with paper and tape onto their fence.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was their fence. It was just in their back parking lot. So a week later, I go to purchase my vodka bottle and they were like,
I know exactly which
You,
bottle.
you know which
guy-
one?
yeah.
The one that never opens.
and
Exactly.
the guy was like, "Oh, are you posting shit around here?" And I knew what he meant, and I was like, "Oh, well, what's your definition of shit? And he was like, you're posting flyers. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'm busted.
Believe this motherfucker.
Yeah. So he was like,
Fucking
you can't do that. The owner said that if you do it again, we're going to press charges. And you know what I said to him? I said, well, you can tell the owner he can go fuck himself because it's just paper and tape. Chill out. And then I was like, and your fucking Svedka bottles don't open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of story. They do not open.
Yeah. So Svedka, don't even sponsor us because y'all make defective fucking bottles that I have to crack open.
You have to get on the Tito's bandwagon.
I mean, listen.
Come on, you gotta do Tito's.
Tito's is too expensive.
I can't afford it.
But listen to this. But what pisses me off, what pisses me off is the fact that literally people will threaten to press charges on fucking me who minds his own business.
Does nothing.
For putting up a fucking flyer.
Yeah. You know what? I said the other day.
Asshole.
A good hard rainfall will wash away that fucking flyer, you lousy prick.
Exactly.
So go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself again.
Fuck you and your Svedka bottles.
Fuck you, cunt.
Oh, yeah.
We're feeling angsty.
We
are.
had some really intense conversations before.
We had some heart-to-heart.
Some really heart-to-heart life conversations.
Moments. Yeah, existential crises.
Jen, I feel like your topic has a little angst to
it sure does.
I'm so pleased. I love it.
It sure does. So I want to talk to you about these two girls named Holly Harvey.
Okay.
And Sandra Ketchum.
Oh.
Holly and Sandra.
Like Ketchum, like
catch 'em and kill 'em.
All, like
Ash
Pokemon.
Ketchum.
Ash Ketchum.
Pokemon.
Hot.
Now I'm going to tell you, because we all know I love my cold case files, my true crime. When I can't sleep and I have really bad insomnia, I put on our best friend Pluto TV.
Oh, we love Pluto.
And this was on one of the true crime channels, and I was like, ooh, I want to do like a little bit of a deep dive into this.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Holly Harvey. She stayed with her grandparents. Holly's mother, Carla, she was sent to prison on a drug convention. Listen to me. Like, I cannot talk tonight, but conviction. Not a convention, not a drug convention, a drug conviction. It's the same month that she moved in with her grandparents, 15 years old, being raised by her grandparents. Her grandmother, Sarah, was 73 years old, and her grandfather, Carl, was 74.
Okay, so sexy ages.
Oh, yeah. Outwardly, like, everything seemed normal, everything seemed great, but apparently Holly, who was also apparently using drugs, was having difficulty in school. She was suffering miserably inside her grandparents' house, so she was going through all of these angsty emotions and couldn't really express how she was feeling. And at the center of her troubles was her 16-year-old lesbian lover named Sandra Ketchum.
Hey, girl.
So,
yeah.
There was a poem that was found that Holly wrote, and it described how depressed she'd been and how she constantly cried herself to sleep because her grandparents ordered her to stop seeing Sandra and insisted she stopped using the drugs. And Holly's poem also contained the words, "All I want to do is kill."
Oh.
Just like what every other, 14, 15-year-old writes in their...
Yeah, I mean,
I did every day. No, I'm just kidding.
Courtney Love.
But we always reference Courtney Love.
We do. This is a Courtney Love podcast now. I feel like this person realistically could have been very much like a Courtney Love. I'm sure Courtney Love's diary as a child had many lyrics
of course.
About that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live through this hole.
So despite her grandparents' rules and saying, you had to stop seeing Sandra, you had to stop doing drugs, on Wednesday, August 2nd, 2004, Holly snuck Sandra into the house so they could spend the night together.
Cute.
In, I guess, what Holly had in the basement as a makeshift bedroom.
A makeshift bedroom. So was it all horny like with straps and chains?
Well, we're going to get there.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm loving this adventure,
every 14, 15-year-old had that in their makeshift bedroom, right?
I did. I don't know why you're judging me.
So The following day, after they spent the night together, the girls were arrested for murder and armed robbery of Carl and Sarah, which were...
Wait, the next night?
Was that the
No, the next morning.
The next morning?
So they were arrested for the murder of Holly's grandparents.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh,
What?
the grandparents were killed.
So the police officers found a quickly written to-do list
Oh, God.
that was scrawled on Holly's arm. Okay, so it was written on Holly's arm.
This is made up.
No, and it said kill, keys, money, jewelry.
Fuck.
Kill,
Keys, money,
jewelry.
So let's go into the kill. We're gonna talk a little kill right now.
Oh, I love it. I mean, honestly, if you need such a short to-do list, you really need to take some ginkgo
Wait,
biloba.
so the
or
grandparents-
something for memory.
Is it safe to say that the grandparents were anti-gay?
I would assume so,
Yeah.
especially like where they were located and where they resided down in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Too bad. So sad.
So let's go into the kill. Oh, Holly and Sandra, they were down in the basement in her makeshift bedroom with maybe whips and chains. I don't know, Mark. We can find out. But if you want to envision whips and chains in this makeshift bedroom, you can go for it.
In my little chains. Okay, sorry.
They were smoking marijuana laced with cocaine.
Fucking hot.
What did you say it was called again?
Called a woo banger.
All right, well, we need a fact checker in here. So if someone can like fact check
what?
us. A woo banger?
A woo banger.
I wouldn't know.
I think there's another name for it, too. I don't know.
But they were hanging out down there. They heard the grandparents approaching, and Sandra Ketchum quickly hid herself behind a bed.
I guess
Okay.
better than going back in the closet.
See?
Oh my!
That's a good
Back
one.
in the closet.
Back in the closet where you pee-pee.
I can get away with it because I'm community.
Community.
Exactly. So
Jen's an ally.
I am an ally. So the grandparents were alerted of the smell, the odor of what was coming from the makeshift,
the weed.
the makeshift bedroom in the basement
I
with
still-
possibly whips and chains. We don't know, but we can, you know. When the grandparents confronted Holly, she suddenly pulled out a knife and began repeatedly stabbing her grandmother in the chest.
Holly! You fucking asshole!
Well, her grandma was probably an asshole.
Carl, which was Holly's grandfather, he moved in to protect his wife. Holly then yelled out for her girlfriend's help.
Okay.
Sandra emerged from her hiding place wielding a knife and joined Holly in stabbing her grandmother to death.
What the fuck, Holly?
Carl tried to get to a phone, but the girls chased him down, finally killing him in the kitchen.
And this was all the next fucking morning? Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
Sarah Collier, which was Holly's grandfather, had at least a dozen stab wounds, where Sarah, her grandmother, suffered over 20 wounds.
Oh.
So let's get into the keys. Let's talk about these keys. So we killed, now we get the keys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
After they executed the grandparents, the girls decided to execute the rest of the plan. They were drenched in blood. They located the grandparents' car keys and stole their truck and drove away.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So
Getaway car.
Holly and Sandra, they decided to escape to the Georgia coast. And they stopped first at a friend's house to change clothes and shower.
Okay.
How do you explain that to your friend? Can we use your shower? We're covered with blood.
Yeah. I mean, even if Mark and I went to Jen's house and we were like, Jen, we need to use your shower. We're covered in blood. Jen would be like, okay.
So the Fayette County authorities, they tracked Sandra and Holly down through the night as they excitedly called friends from a cell phone.
About what? They're
Saying,
killing?
like, I've never seen it more cruel than this one. Like, they were bragging.
What? I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry.
What a bunch of dweebs.
Oh.
So we've got the keys, right? So we've fled the makeshift basement bedroom with possibly whips and chains, and now we're going to the Georgia coast.
Okay.
So money, right? We've done the kill, we've done the keys, now the money.
Money.
Why Holly Harvey desired, designed, and carried out this brutal slaying of her grandparents is a question that will never have an answer. There's no level of drug abuse or fit of rage that could account for it. But basically, it appears the two teenagers killed for money.
Okay.
So Bruce Jordan, who worked for the Fayette County Sheriff's Department, offered reporters his opinion, and he said that Holly was emotionally distraught by the forced separation from her lover. Mm-hmm. He also commented that she wished for everyone to suffer the same way she suffered.
I love that.
Cool.
Sandra Ketchum's reason for going along with all of this is also unclear, but it was stated that I believe the evidence at trial will be that the motive was to gain freedom and be able to stay together forever.
That's beautiful.
Aww.
Well, let me say this.
That's
if
a cute
anyone
love
tried
story.
to get in between Mark and I,
We would kill him.
we would both kill them.
And guess what? We've done enough research to know what the do's and don'ts are. So
Yeah,
mind
don't
your
fuck with us.
mind your business.
I grew up in the hood.
He did. And so did I, but in South Jersey.
Actually, no, we really
More
did.
trees.
We actually.
So
Yeah.
we've done the killing, we've taken the keys,
Yeah.
we've got the money,
You have the Oldsmobile.
we've got the jewelry now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got all we need.
the jewels.
So the jewels.
Jewelry.
So on August 3rd, Holly and Sandra were located on Tibby Island. 25 police officers descended on the area.
Wow.
When they were arrested, they were at the home of two brothers that they just met.
Oh.
Holly had told the boys that she needed cash and wanted to sell off some jewelry. The jewelry, of course, belonged to Holly's grandmother that was stolen by Holly and Sandra.
Do you think they ripped it off the corpse or what?
I don't know.
Hot.
But Bruce Jordan, he again worked for the Fayette Police Department. He told reporters that Holly essentially just laughed at the amount of police attention that she was gained.
Wow. Okay.
He said that she was callous, she was cocky. She is the coldest, most heartless individual he'd ever interviewed. It almost made her giddy to know that they brought so many people to arrest her. Like, she actually got joy.
Flattering.
Yeah. I mean,
It's very flattering.
She was probably like, wow, my grandparents had it coming. All you came out here? Okay.
Well, it's so, I mean, like,
That's awful. I'm sorry.
no.
Don't kill your grandparents, okay? Don't do it.
kill them at their fucking homophobic assholes.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
mean, that's
but like,
okay.
don't go
Like,
to jail for it. But like, don't kill people too.
So, yeah, exactly.
Jen's coming in for damage control.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Nearly 1,000 mourners gathered for this funeral of the grandparents.
How many?
Nearly 1,000.
Wow.
I wonder how valuable that jewelry was.
The heart of the ocean.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah. It's been 84 years.
It's always 84
and
years.
she finally stopped
So
being homophobic because
That's
she's
how I.
dead.
That's how I feel when I wake up every morning. It's been 84 years.
So 1,000 people came to support the homophobic grandparents.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what. Yes.
So the community was very shocked and they were very disturbed by this very senseless slaughter, and it quickly surfaced into the national press.
Yeah.
The defense lawyers for the girls argued before the Superior Court judge that bad publicity generated by graphic police reports have prevented them from getting a fair trial.
Well, welcome to being, I don't know, arrested for murder. Unfortunately, this is what transpires.
Holly Harvey and Sandra Ketchum were charged as adults with armed robbery plus 2 counts of felony murder and 2 counts of malice murder for the deaths of Carl and Sarah Collier.
FD.
Oh, FD.
It's a hefty charge. That's a list. Okay.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
They were how old? 14, 15?
They were like 14, 15 years old.
So let's just say if the shoe was on the other foot, let's just say it was a white heterosexual couple
Okay.
that was 14 and 15. Do you think that they would have been tried as adults or tried as
I think it depends.
kiddies?
I mean, generally speaking, I would go to the controversial answer, which is I don't think they would be tried as adults. However, it seems to vary like by country for some reason.
I think it does, or by state maybe.
By state or country?
Well, no, but by state, yes, but also by country.
Probably.
Yeah, because I know there's this terrible story about these two children who abducted a very small child in the UK.
An adult baby?
And oh my God. I think we might have one on the hook. I'm just putting it out there. I think we might have a diaper on the hook.
Oh my God.
But I'm not going to divulge any of my diaper.
So what happened with
Oh my God, Mark.
I know. So, I mean...
So tell me about these kids that...
Well, I mean, long story short, because I don't want to take away from your story here, which is great, by the way. But
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm loving this, and I've never heard about it.
Not like the shit show of the episode that no one will ever hear about the royal family.
Listen,
That's Patreon content right there.
we have some Patreon content headed your way. We all, we were all very lost.
We were very lost.
And that happens. I mean, like with these two kids in England, they abducted a very, very young, small child from the shopping mall. And they brutally, and I mean, it's awful. Like, I'm a sick person, but it made me even like cringe because it was just so awful. But essentially, these kids abducted this kid and murdered him in a heinous fucking way.
I think they like dismembered him.
Yeah,
on,
like the
railroad
train.
tracks.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I find that
Bullshit
like
kids.
UK murderers are so fucking just ruthless.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like some of the shit that you hear that goes down in the fucking UK, maybe because like,
Oh my God. Well, like,
the stabbing rate is higher than like the fucking shooting rate.
I mean, but
the things that people do, I don't know.
But that makes sense. I mean, listen, we could do a whole like sociological examination of this, I'm sure.
Well, the amount of sub podcasts that we'll be doing.
Would have,
exactly.
Yeah. So fund us on Patreon so we can do all of them. Trigger warning: they like shoved batteries inside of him.
Yeah.
A train ran him over.
Stop.
Yeah, and mind you, the
That's awful.
yeah,
It's disgusting.
It's fucking really horrendous. Like, it was a story that truly made even me sick. And that says a lot. So, and these two kids essentially were put in a very easy kid jail. And they were let out of prison very early on. They are both out of prison and are in a witness protection program.
But the other one grew up to be a real fuck up.
Yeah, the one
was like a real fuck up.
The one who they essentially said was pretty much the driving force behind the murder is the one who later in life
had habitual.
Yeah, he had made more offenses, also involving things with children like pornography.
Yeah,
and
they should dismember him.
Yeah,
as well
in the town square.
So it's funny that you bring this up.
Just saying.
So funny that you bring this up because unless there was a plea bargain that was reached, they pretty much would face a maximum sentence of life in prison without parole.
There you go.
There you go. Right there.
How fucked up.
So,
I mean, fucked up and not, you know what I'm saying.
Holly's attorney said that the two will be tried separately because Sandra Ketchum gave statements to authorities that may be damaging to her client's case. So,
Okay.
Sandra's attorney blames the system.
Yeah.
As they all do, right? It's
Yeah,
always
I mean,
the system's fault.
Of course. Times it is, but not always.
The evidence shows that a lot of people have failed Sandy.
Oh, okay. A lot of people have failed me. I haven't killed anybody.
Up until now, everybody, including the state, has failed this child.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, boo fucking who.
Yeah, that doesn't make you okay to murder.
When asked about this crazy to-do list on Holly's arm, you know, the 3 bloody knives, the blood-stained clothes.
Yeah, typical things.
Sandra Ketchum's attorney admitted that they have a very strong case.
Ow. Well, that's already. Your lawyer sucks. Good luck. He's like, the prosecution has a good case against you, so let's try to do this, I guess.
Eventually, Holly got her GED in prison.
Okay, good job.
Sandra Ketchum, if I'm not mistaken, is up for parole this year.
Get it, girl.
Get it.
While Holly, her first opportunity is in 2024. So that's like, what?
2 years from now?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Holly's attorney said that it's doubtful that they will be paroled on their first try. But she also said that the girls might get out when they are in their mid-40s. If they get out, both girls will have spent more than half their life in prison, and they'll be exposed to a completely new world.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they won't know anything about computers, cell phones, and,
Uber Eats.
many people who, get out have a tough time adjusting to the modern world. Like, what was his name from Party Monster?
Oh, Michael Alec.
Yeah, he had like a really rough time adjusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Because
iPhones.
he was
Yeah.
released not too long ago, and now he's dead. But
Yeah,
anyway.
who I spoke to in email several times. That'll be Patreon content that will force
But
you
is
to
he
pay.
dead? He's dead.
He's
Yeah,
dead
but
now.
before he died.
He's
I'm not Teresa Caputo, Long Island medium horror.
So my question for you is, what do you think Sandra Ketchum's statements to authorities might be?
In regards to what? Like her trial? Like
Her role in all of
I think she's going to. This was the
this.
girlfriend.
This was the girlfriend.
Okay, so the girlfriend of the girl who it was her grandparents, right? I think she's going to be like, she wants me to help her, and I'm an innocent person
Well,
because
yeah.
like what anyone else would probably do to try to get salvation.
She's gonna sell her
Well,
girlfriend up the river
If
for freedom.
But if you
Yeah.
see pictures of Sandra Ketchum, part of me feels like it was kind of like she was manipulated into a situation.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of times when you're young, you're naive, you're, apparently in love with the love of your life, and you're going to be with them forever. It's like true love. And
Yeah, well-
listen, I could tell you it's not fucking like that.
No,
So-
it's not. We can all attest to
we can
that.
all fucking attest to that shit.
I can compare this to something, and it's called folie à deux. It is the French term, and it represents the madness of two, something along those lines. And now, it's normally one person has some kind of mental illness or something that is not quite right.
Yes.
And another less dominant personality falls into line with that person. So I think that is a very plausible
I think it's more popular than you would think.
Thank you. I think it's much more popular than you would think it is.
So I forgot to mention this, and I remember this was like a big part of the story. They actually had to make sure that the blades were sharp enough and their aim was accurate, that they practiced stabbing the mattress of Holly's bed, and a picture of apparently white puppies on the wall in
What the fuck?
in the makeshift basement.
So-
We don't know if there's whips and chains, but possibly.
So this sounds like it was very premeditated because they had
yeah.
to practice for it. So it wasn't like a spur of the moment thing.
No.
Oh, I can be a lawyer.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
We're here. Bizarre
know.
Buffet Law Firm.
hire us whenever you want to.
Yeah. We're not licensed. I love that.
I completely forgot about that. But they're also, so these two girls were referred to as the real life Thelma and Louise.
I love that. Would hope to have that moniker.
That's really nice.
So I also just wanted to share this, that I just thought this was funny because when I was doing my research, she expressed her misery in verse, and they said they wrote a poem about her longing, right?
Oh.
And I fucking read it, and I'm like, this was not her poem. This was a fucking verse from Tupac Shakur's Changes.
Stop.
I kid you not.
Stop it right now.
Yes, I wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living, or should I blast myself?
And wow. So she her personal writing was a quote.
It was
Okay.
not. It was not.
a Tupac Shakur
they
quote.
thought it was like poetry, but I was like, no, this is a fucking Tupac Shakur verse.
fucking God. Be kidding me with all this. Photo of the puppies, really?
So I think, honestly, what happened was these girls were young. They were naive. They were young and in love because at the end of the day, Holly Harvey said that she did this so the two of them could be together. Like, really the reason that they murdered the grandparents was so the two of them could live together. There's really not much about what that living situation was like with her grandparents. I think that there's probably a lot more to this story than we know.
I'm sure.
I agree.
Absolutely. In many cases, I think especially like these that are probably, I mean, there's knowledge of them clearly, but they are less publicized. So it's a lot easier for them to be like, you know, bring them to the station, boys. That type of deal.
But who knows, like, what her living situation was like with her mother.
Especially in that area. And even that time, because this is the early 2000s, correct? Like,
yeah, it was the early 2000s. It was 2004.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I think being an LGBTQ person in that area today is fucking difficult.
Yeah, so then...
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, 20 years ago or 15 years ago, 16 years ago, it was probably more challenging.
It was. And I even, like, I you know, kind of reflect on being that age, because I think in 2004 I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're a little angsty, you're going through puberty, you're not fully developed yet, you're going through these different emotions and dealing with different hormones.
Yeah. My titties didn't know what they wanted to do.
I know, mine too. But you know, I just remember it not being easy, and I remember a lot of times feeling like the world was against me.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
You know, life wasn't fair, and the way I was treated wasn't fair, and I thought it was only me. And I look back now, and I'm like, wow, I was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all have those instances for sure, where, you know, we can reflect upon something where we're like, oh my God, really? Was I really doing that?
Well, I remember like when I was in high school, and I was like the out gay kid in high school, and no one really seemed to care, which was awesome, you know, because most people would be like, fuck it. But like, everyone, like, no one gave a fuck in my high school.
No.
And I guess for me, the biggest disappointment was, one, the guys in my high school were all ugly.
That people didn't give you a hard time? No, just
Yeah, I
have this horror story.
I love a pity party. But no, like, the guys in my high school, like, none of them were my type or age bracket. And then the male teachers, they were not my type either. So I was really alone.
I know, right? The men were just such fucking disappointment.
It's always so disappointing.
No hot daddies.
No hot daddies. I had to wait till I was like 31 to find mine.
Sorry, Jerry. It was so disappointing.
But yeah,
this is beautiful.
This is
it's a love story
of the real life Thelma and Louise.
I love this so much. I truly enjoyed it.
I think it's a very romantic story.
There's a part of it that's kind of romantic, despite the fact that, you know, they stabbed a pillow and white puppy dogs and quoted Tupac Shakur, even though I was laughing when I watched this documentary on Pluto TV at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and they're like showing you fucking little like pictures from their journals, and I'm like, that is not their poetry. That is fucking like verses from fucking Tupac fucking raps.
Let me just say, I am so glad that you were inspired by this particular story that came on when you were half awake.
I was half awake.
I love that this is a thing, because this stuff inspires me.
Well, what was the other one? There was another one that I was... Oh, Jenny Jones was the other one that I was in. Jenny Jones. I was... It was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I just put some true crime shit on Netflix, and that was the first thing that came up.
I love it.
So, yeah, like, listen... A lot of my inspo comes when I have really bad insomnia and cannot sleep at night.
Well, I'm inspired, and I'm glad you were as well.
I am, yeah. I mean, we're just going to have to make me just be up and wired all night forever, so I get all of the inspo.
Eat these coffee grounds.
I can't wait to promote this episode, by the way.
I know.
I'm jazzed. I
I'm
already know
so
what I'm going
excited.
to do.
I feel like this one, we're a good time here at Bizarre Buffet.
We are, and
we bring you the goods.
And we would love for you to subscribe to our Patreon.
Oh my God, please.
And now that the social media blackout is done, you can come follow us on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Bizarre Buffet.
Bizarre Buffet.
And of course, like, if you can't give us money, send us your social security number so we can
Like get a credit card
in your name. You can also just like and subscribe to us on
that's
Apple
totally fine.
Podcasts especially, and just leave us a comment.
Thank you.
Like,
yes.
comment that you love us, that we are beautiful human beings.
That you want to see our
And
buttholes.
Also, just so you guys know,
Our bleached buttholes.
Yes.
I just bleached marks.
A comment and a subscription will actually do more for a podcast sometimes
Than
than
money.
a monetary
Yeah.
donation.
Yeah, absolutely. And
You know we're kidding about the money, everyone.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, like, if you want to give it, that's cool. But honestly, what's more important is if you just literally go on iTunes, that will cost you nothing at all, except like half a minute.
And guess what? The more followers we have and the money coming in, the better the content will be. So
Absolutely.
give us the help.
Give us the money.
Give us the help.
Give us the money.
We're asking for your...
Give me money.
I love that's your impersonation of Borat, because I feel like that is the always impersonation of Borat.
I am Borat.
I am Borat.
Very nice. How much? So,
Anyway, until next time, my name is Lisa Kudrow.
and I am the makeshift bedroom in the basement with possible whips and chains.
Possible. That makes it really edgy. I love it. I love it so much.
And I'm the Russian lesbian's tattoo.
Oh, the girl with the dragon tattoo?
No.
Oh, it's fine.
The Russian lesbians from the 2000s, early 2000s. Tattoo.
All the things she said, all the things she said, running through my head,
And also, just so y'all fucking know, I could sing 2 of their songs in Russian.
Wow. Okay, before Mark and Jen dance themselves into hell, let's say
a wonderful night. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Hail grandparents.
Blessings and abundance to all.
Absolutely.
And
love
kill
you.
your homophobic parents and
Yeah.
grandparents.
Don't get arrested. Good night.
Don't really do that. Good night.
Don't do it.
Bye.
Bye.